What's going on, Sagittarius? Welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a phenomenal week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Sag, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey, because it's your general energy weekly spread. Oh, that was all right. I like that one, Sag. I'm with it. Okay, we're getting... Oh, let's hope I can remember that melody again. I got to practice it. Nature my problem. Let's get back to you, Sag, because with this weekly video, whenever you happen to come across it, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on the situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems, feeling lovely. There's great energy all around here, Sag. So I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we will get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And in case if you all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down in the description box are links for some other readers that I like watching, Sag, so definitely check that out. Get you some different vibes there, see how the energies are cooking up for you. So yeah, go show them some love. But let's get your first card here. Oh, interesting. All right. So it looks like we're flying the coop here, Sag, because you got the 8th card of Sagittarius here, which is the Empty Nest card. And with this card, this is a card of moving on, no one home, cycle completion, emptiness, final, endings, beginnings, the void, vacant, separation, making adjustments, lonely, new life, and graduating. And a lot of the energy that's kind of coming through here, Sag, is like an energy of moving on in a sense of like getting ready to go into, it's like we're going through like a metamorphosis right now, you know, that like that state of going from, you know, when you finish up like high school and then you're thinking about going towards like that next chapter of adulthood, you know, are we going to college, you know, are we pursuing careers, you know, what is that looking like? And I feel like that we're in this place for maybe some of us, we're getting to this place of either coming up on completing a cycle, or maybe we're thinking about wrapping something up here or something along those lines, Sagittarius. But it does feel like that this is going to be a time of adjustment, you know, a time of, oh, see, because it's going to be interesting energy here for you, Sag, over these next 3 years, depending on where your placements are at. Because Saturn is forming aspects and going retrograde right now, back to pretty much the beginning of Pisces and going all the way back again. So over these next 3 years, it's going to, you know, put you in some squared situations. You know, there's going to be stuff where it's going to feel like that life is kind of out of control right now, and maybe there's a lot of things endings. But at the same time, it's not just all going to be just a bunch of sacrifices and things where something, one door closes, you know, as just as many open. And you know, the energy that's coming through here also, there's may be a lonely energy, you know, depending on when this is happening. You know, all of our growth is different, and where it's nice for people to, or you know, for others to maybe understand when, like, what you're going through. Sometimes when it's just you that's going through it, that does, it's interesting. It's just like, you know, it's a weird place to balance, because it's like, you know, you want to end up at that place of like, if you have someone, maybe like a teacher or someone who's already gone through this thing or something along those lines, that can kind of help you guide you through this thing. But a lot of the work is on you, Sag, and that can be kind of lonely work, you know, when we're starting this new life, when we're graduating in a sense, you know, it maybe literally in school, you know, or oh, because I'm thinking about something else. Let me put a bookmark in that. Or just like graduating in life. But I almost feel like with that, because the void kind of popped up too. And I feel like it's maybe for some, there's this place of just like, you know, how are we going to fill up this the void of what was old, like the take like the old experiences, and how do we build on that, how do we make new, what is this, if we're on this new chapter, it's just like, what is this story, how are we going to write this thing? And where, yes, that can be kind of a stressful energy, but on the flip side, that's really exciting, Sagittarius. I mean, you can write your story, you can grow as much as you want, especially you. I mean, come on, I don't know if you've heard your Jupiter ruled, and that's a sign of expansion, of growth. Like, this is a great energy for you. Especially if you're at, I feel like every time that you're at a new cycle, perfect, because now it's like, where do we go from here? Where are we, like, that's a beautiful place to be, Sagittarius. I'm with it. But let's get some tarot on this and get some details. Oh, yeah, okay. Bookmark. I almost forgot about it. Maybe for some others, we may be at this place because I'm assuming that everyone's about graduated at this time, right? But that's what I'm thinking. And maybe this is something too, or maybe there is like a literal type of, maybe we have like little ones, well, now big ones, moving out of the nest, and maybe we're trying to figure out how we're going to fill in that void in a sense. It's like, are we going to take up some hobbies? Which, I mean, if we have put hobbies on the side because we've been maybe more so focusing on the kids' dreams and getting them up, I mean, that's dope. But let's revive it. They're out living their dreams now. Let's manifest some of yours if that's the case. It's never too late to dust off maybe that old guitar if we haven't been playing for a while, or whatever that's looking like, Sagittarius. But yeah, let's get back to your cards here. Let's see if I remember how to. Hold on. There we go. Alright, Sag, let's see what we got here. Interesting. Okay, so you got the Hermit card here, and then you got the Three of Cups. And this is a great time for reflection. When you're at this cycle completion, it's just like, what else do you want to put on display? What more light do you want to bring to this world here? This is a great time for, spreading abundance. Really being in that Jupiter energy in a sense. Because now, with Jupiter being in Taurus over the next year, this is thinking about that long-term stability. So especially if this is like maybe like a big cycle here, we're at like starting, maybe this is like maybe we're starting a new career, or or just like change jobs, like maybe we've even moved somewhere. Maybe we've gone from being, for example, let's say if we've always lived in like our hometown, kind of stayed rooted there, this is like maybe we're moving to a whole different place, or maybe moving across the country, maybe moving out of the country. But this is a great energy, just if we're just feeling in that state of like, what's next. Mercury is in Cancer right now, and we'll be there through the 10th or 11th of July. And this is a great energy for you to sync up with your heart's desires. Think about what makes you feel fulfilled. And then, yeah, let that sunlight out, let that light shine. Look at that, Cerberus is excited to see you, see what you got cooking up there, Sag. So. And think too, this again with the Three of Cups. This is also a card of celebration, because even if, let's say, if we were like, maybe moving, or even like changing jobs or something like that, where it is sad, having that departure where it's just like, oh, we got to grow so close, and maybe we got friends and things and all of that, But this is also a celebration because it's just like you're growing, you're evolving, and when you grow, they grow. Because maybe this is something we've been afraid to maybe make a move. Maybe we're afraid to like maybe leave the nest because of the change. Maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe we think that it won't be celebrated. Or something along those lines. But I do feel like this is an energy of when this stuff comes up, we got to be adaptable. Like Virgo here. Virgo's one of the mutable signs of the Zodiac. Just like yourself. I'm talking like you're not one of them, Sagittarius. Come on. Just Hermit. Okay, let me get a little bit more on this. Let me get a little more on this Hermit. I'm with it. I like that. Thank you. Alright, so the Hermit. Absolutely. It's clarified by the Five of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and then the Prince of Cups. And I feel like that there's a lot of feelings going on with this, Sag. You know, maybe we're trying to keep this thing bottled up here as far as, like, you know, not trying to, it almost feels like maybe we're, like, trying to it's like we know deep down that we want to change, because the Prince of Cups is this Scorpio energy. And the Prince of Cups, when he's very passionate about when he's searching for that next chapter, you know, that's what's going to bring him happiness, fulfillment, love, and things along those lines. He's going out there and getting it. But if there's something that maybe because Five of Swords, this could be maybe we have others that are keeping us down, or maybe we even feel that there's not the resources to be able to do this thing. But I feel like with the Ace of Wands popping up here, and I know this may sound a little cliche, but where there's a will, there's a way. And you're an abundant sign, Sag. You know, I mean, come on. You started out here, or, you know, you're keeping your abundance with health here. Let's, I don't know, pursue those dreams. You know, pursue whatever this is if we're, because you will adjust, you know, whatever this new life is, whatever this growth is, because that's as long as I feel that's what's going down, you know, you're getting growth at the end of the day. I feel like that's fantastic. But now that I think about that, one thing with the Three of Cups, sometimes we want to, you know, this could be a card of, like I was saying, a celebration, but sometimes we want to be mindful of using celebrations and things as a means of keeping things bottled up, you know, and just something to be mindful of there, Sagittarius. Alrighty. Interesting start here, but growth all over the place. Let's get some tea, and let's get another one. Oh, look at you in your new convertible there, Sam. Look at that. You had to leave the nest, so you went there and got a car. I'm with it. You have the second card of Gemini's here, which is a convertible card. You know, sidebar, before we get into that, I had a convertible once, and listen, mine had the one that had that little blind spot, even where you turn, you know, where you turn your head. It was very impractical, this convertible I had. Again, nature of my problem. With this card, this is a card of many. You see, I'm a little triggered by that. This is a card of many options, free will, adjacent possibilities, choices, flexible, adaptable, potential, change, freedom, enjoyment, two-faced, going with the wind, alternatives, and preferences. You know, the big energy that's coming through here is that adaptable, flexible energy. And considering you got one of the aces here, the Ace of Wands, so that's a hot one. You know, the aces are potential. When we're noticing that the energies are trying to lead us somewhere, you know, maybe you've been feeling inspired to maybe go, again, maybe move to a new location, or I don't know, Sagittarius, it feels like that there could be something where if we can change something up here, there could be a lot of opportunities that are coming your way, you know, but it's going to be something that we're going to need to take that step. You know, I feel like that maybe for some of us, we've been feeling that maybe we've been feeling controlled or restricted or something with the Five of Swords and the Prince of Cups here, that maybe we've been keeping ourselves suppressed or just haven't been channeling this energy maybe in a way that is or just like it's channeling it in a way that's like seems to be limiting or making it appear that there are only limited options when there really are many ways that we can go about a certain situation here, Sagittarius. Very interesting here, that's what's coming up. But it's giving me kind of like Seven of Cups energy, where it's just like if we've been feeling these things, you know, we can either take this energy and go off somewhere with it, or if you're not trying to make a move like that. Let's say, for example, if this is moving, maybe if we're wanting to move, but maybe moving like across. Hmm. You know what? Instead of like maybe moving into a place, like let's say if you live in, I don't know, Mexico, and you want to live in, I don't know why I chose Mexico, and then you want to move to, I don't know, Guadalajara. Maybe instead, I know we're spitballing here right now, Sagittarius, so we're really going for it. And let's say instead of maybe just like moving there, maybe we visited a couple times, visited during the seasons, just kind of flirt with it for a while. That's planting seeds. We don't have to make like an immediate reaction. It's just like we could just kind of feel it out. Maybe we love it in the summer, spring times, but then you find wintertime is awful. You're just like, oh, I can't even oh, I won't want it. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Let me get some tarot on this. Let me stop trying to fish from this card here. Let's get some more on this. But there is something to just the go with the wind. There's something about being just kind of adaptable right now. Maybe, oh, all right. Thank you. Well, the world wanted to shoot out here, so we got, so maybe we are traveling. So you got the universe here. Oh, we got another, and the Empress. Okay. So this is the second time she's popped up today. I'm feeling spoiled. But you've got the universe, the Empress, the Ace of Disc, and the Four of Disc here. And you know what? I feel like with this, like that, there's an energy here. I feel like for some that it's like planting a new foundation, like because for some it feels like that maybe there's been a sense of like that we've been wanting to change something, that maybe just like something feels done, you know what I mean? It's just like we've hit this plateau maybe at work or something, and it just seems like that there's really that you've gotten just all the abundance that we can in that moment. So it's just like, how do we take it to this next level here? It's like, it's almost like kind of like even like going from, let's say, you're like I don't know, I'm like thinking like a dining room lead, for example, and now we're thinking about going up to management. It's like pushing it to that next level, just getting out of trying something new, really kind of in this sense, I feel like maybe we've been kind of restricting ourselves, like this Saturn energy here. Now Saturn's like giving you the green, like, hey, you've put in this work. Let's go ahead and take it to that, like, let's get an Empress level. You've been Nine of Coins for a while. Let's see, because Nine of Coins is like your pre-Empress energy. And it's like, now that we're here, let's really walk in this energy. You know what I mean? It's just like there's something, it's enough, like, it's like we've been flirting with it. It's like, there's abundance, or let me get more on the Empress. Some's cooking up here. Let me get a little more on the Empress. Oh, okay. This is what are we doing? Okay. Because Sagittarius, if you're feeling as excited as I am about this, like I say, just at least, okay. Okay, hold on. Because you got the Nine of Swords, the Seven of Swords, interesting. So with the Empress, that's some heavy Empress energy around the Empress. Because you got the Nine of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Disc, and then the interesting. Then the Four of Cups here, Sag. And this is a lot, because maybe we have been feeling kind of restricted, like abundance wise, like that. Like, I'm not sure if it's like maybe something that someone has told us, or maybe we've been in a situation that has just been kind of, because the Nine of Swords is intense. Nine of Swords is kind of like nightmarish type of energy, where because maybe we've tried something in the past, I'm not sure. It's like maybe we tried like let's say starting up a business, for example, but then things kind of failed, and then we got in our head just like we've diminished that, or instead of finding, it's like instead of like taking that time to like reflect and find ways that we could grow from that, it's just like we beat ourselves up and completely cut off the idea of that thing will ever happen again, something along those lines, where it's just like this is an opportunity for growth here. Because with the Four of Cups, it feels like that maybe there have been, maybe for example, it's like we've been looking for a certain type of job, and you found your dream job, but it's something that you would have to move to. Let's say you're in New York and you'd have to move to New Mexico. I've been thinking about New Mexico for a little while, so just we're roll with me. But and you're not sure if you like it. Maybe it's like it's gonna be too hot. Maybe it's gonna be too dry. Maybe you like New York traffic, which this is you're lucky. This is a judgment-free zone. I'm kidding, but it just seems that maybe when these opportunities, it's just like we're looking at them with like this, like, no, this seems too good to be true. Because maybe you wanted to go to New Mexico, but you're just like, it seems like this is, I'm not sure here, Sag, but it just, even the Seven of Swords, this can be another card. In this deck, this could be a card of traveling by land. So this could be, maybe we're going on, it seems like a lot of heavy contemplation that's going on here, Sagittarius. Maybe we need to go for a drive, or go for a vacation, or go for a hike. Just getting out and maybe traveling more. Just like more. Let me get one more on the Empress. Oh. All right. So the Empress. You also got the Princess of Cups here. And it almost feels like with the Princess of Cups that we haven't allowed ourselves to really like indulge in these dreams or something along those lines. If you've been wanting to maybe go for that like manager job, and maybe we're thinking that there's too much competition or something along those lines, but really the only competition is what you may be setting yourself here, Sagittarius. We may be just like getting in our head too much. Because here's the thing, even let's say that was the example, it's a beautiful moment for asking, well, what could I have done better? What do you think? What did I, how can, when I bring it next time, because I'm going to bring it next time, how do you want me to, how does bringing it look for you? Like, how can I, like, and then make it yours, but, okay, I think I'm going to get out of that, Sagittarius, but I have to think about. All right, let's get your last Oracle card here. All right, last little bit here. Look at, oh, come on, now you're going by carriage. Maybe just some of us been, before I get into that, maybe some of us have been really kind of cooped up with this Hermit card here. That might be something else. It may just be either a time of like, I'm just like broadening your horizons, whether this be either just, I'm not sure, like doing something new, do like something that's like, if we've been in like a routine, maybe like and listen, I'm all about routines, believe me, but sometimes it's nice to shake that up a little bit, just kind of go out of your norm, be comfortable with the unpredictability of life, and just kind of really, I'm very interesting. But you got the second card of Leo's here, which is the Pioneer card. You're an absolute pioneer there, Sag, because this is a card of boldness, destination or bust, the cutting edge, long journey, trailblaze, true grit, challenge, navigating uncharted territory, resourceful, team, got your six, and inflappable courage. And there does seem to me, Sagittarius, that there's something here that is like, there's something here that is uncharted, whether there's like this, just like maybe going to see the world. I was just talking with someone not too long, just like yesterday, and depending on when you're watching this, and they were talking about travel and just like all these places that they were going. And I'm a person that like I love my routines, and when I go on vacation, it's like I'm trying to think about how I'm going to plan my routine around or how my vacation is going to work around my routine, as opposed to vice versa. That's something I got to work on. But that's kind of like, it feels like that it's either like getting out and maybe exploring the world, maybe getting out of our comfort zones. Because Four of Cups, where'd your Four of Cups go? Didn't you get Four of Cups? Yes. Oh, I lost it. There you are. Four of Cups. That's the moon in Cancer. Cancer's rooted in the home space. The sun's in Cancer right now. Mercury's in Cancer. We're thinking about all these like these emotions and things, but maybe it's something that we need to get out or something along those lines. But this could even be more so just like even like a journeying within, if we don't have that like wanderlust or anything like that, Sag. This could be just like yeah, like a spiritual type of thing that's going down, and really thinking about this, how we can grow, like, because we're on a long journey, and there's a lot of growth that can always be happening. We can always improve and be stronger empresses, plant more fruitful seeds, really put in that work, that Saturn energy, and really get to the state of achievement. And then your next thing you're trailblazing, you're inspiring others. It's fascinating. Yours is and you are, you're you're an abundant sign, Sag. I mean, you showing me here, but it's always cool to see your energy at work. But let's get some tarot on this. Oh, Sanchez, I love this too because you got one of your cards, the Knight of Wands, which when I'm recording this, the moon is going to be in Sagittarius, I think tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow at about 10:59 Eastern Time, depending on where you're at. But just a little random fact for you. We're getting up on your energy. And interesting more. So you got the Nine of Wands, the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and then the Princess, or excuse me, the Queen. Let me get you in your Queen energy here, the Queen of Swords. And let's switch back over here, Sag. This is interesting. Seven of Cups. This is tricky energy. This is a prelude to a devil moment here. See how toxic this little swamp is, and it feels like that maybe for some it's just like I don't know. It's like the energies aren't moving. It's like maybe we're afraid to take this next step, or I'm not sure. Maybe the idea of this abundance. I'm not sure. Like there's something here that maybe there's some just like a deeper understanding of like what's next is needing to be had. Just kind of really sitting with yourself, and again maybe doing some meditation or something. But I will say that this is a time. The Nine of Wands. This is one of my cards of recovery, and taking some time to really kind of process where the energies are trying to take you, because it changes all the times, like with the moon, you just think about that, how she changes signs and changes phases all the time. Where that guiding force is, where we want to aim that sunlight can change from time to time. But I feel that it's one thing to Sagittarius, because this is Saturn and Pisces, the Eight of Cups, and this has been going around. Saturn energy has been kind of floating around for a little bit, whether it's been the universe, Pisces has been out, or the Eight of Cups. I've been seeing a lot of Eight of Cups, and it's we're in a state of, I feel that if things have been slowing down your abundance, or whatever this is, if we're whatever this is. I feel like we want to get eyes on this thing, get an understanding of just like where we're channeling our energies right now, and where we start channeling them in the future. So just something to think about there, Sag. But I like this, we're thinking about it. We're getting things in motion. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, it makes sense too with all this travel, because yours is a sign of like long term travel as well. And I mean, Gemini energy is more so like of the terms of like familial type of Gemini energy is like, going from the town to the city, and then, or going from like the village to the city, and you like yours would be going from the city to like the next continent, like real, like kind of like real kind of life changing expansion, kind of like world, Jupiter size type of understandings here. But it's interesting. I'm about to get back into your reading, but if you like any of that here, Sagittarius, give it a thumbs up. And share this, maybe take your friends out with you, go for a road trip, get them out, get them having that, get them that optimism, that heat, get that energy cooking. And while you empresses are out there, subscribe, hit that bell button, you get notified all these videos each week. And then I'm on this meditation app, Insight Timer, and I started a group on there called Zodiac's Raising the Vibration. And it's just a group to post like positive affirmations, encouraging messages, things along those lines. And then as the group grows, I want to start posting like different meditation groups, like self care with the Empress, or I don't know, inner knowing. Oh, look at you, inner knowing with the Queen of Swords. There we go. We were having a little trouble the last reading, but now that's hot. I like that. But definitely check that out there, Sag. And then lastly, I don't think you got any strong Cancer cards here. You got a couple of them, but if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, and not that you need the cards anyway, come on over to my other channel, The Chariot and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans. It's a good old time. And all that housekeeping, down in the description box below. Let me get your surprise cards here. Interesting, so I can get you out of here. All right. We got 8 of Swords here. Have we been stuck in our head, Sagittarius? Because with the 8 of Swords, it's card interference. And if something has been, if we've noticed that either like a thought process or something has been keeping us blocked, or that has been getting us in this way, or has been getting in the way of this growth or this expansion here. It's just like, let's try to get eyes on that, because the 8 of Swords is like a self-imposed prison. I like to say that it's like, you know, when we're dealing with the situation, it's like your go-to is like these 2 swords on top, but then when we get hit with like a curveball there, it's like these 2 swords won't work, and we have these 6 other ones underneath here at your disposal, but we keep going at it with these same 2, and I hope that makes sense. It's like, it's getting out of our own ways, you know, like trying something new, trying something different, because it's like, even though this is, it can feel like a prison, like I was saying, it's self-imposed. We can, you know, the ins and out of this prison. So that's beautiful, really. You just kind of, you got the key. It's like they put the lock on the, and they didn't even put a lock on you. You just got to walk out. Hold on, let me get your, interesting, talk about creating stuff. You got the create card in reverse. And so let's be mindful of that. You know, we are in a heightened manifestation time. The energy is really potent, Sagittarius, and it's just, I feel like things are only going to keep increasing from there. So we do want to be mindful. I feel like, again, remember I was talking about with the 3 of Cups earlier, you know, just about any kind of toxic behaviors, however that's looking, anything that's interfering with your manifestation, your growth, that's getting in your head, self-esteem, all these questions. And it's a lot, you know, on this journey, always having to think about this stuff and constantly having to pivot and change. And it's just like the universe really asks a lot. But you know what? The universe, when we work with the energies, the universe gives a lot. I mean, Empress. Who doesn't want Empress energy? I mean, I'm never going to turn that away. So, all right, I'm going to leave that there, Sag. But you stay safe out there with your travels and your new beginnings. Because it's not just endings. You know, we're on to new beginnings. Raise your vibration to the roof. Take an Empress weekend. However long that looks. If you take a whole sabbatical, I'm trying to cook up an Empress sabbatical. I was just thinking like an Empress safari. I don't even know what the hell that looks like. But it sounds fantastic. Alright, let me get out of that. And I will catch you on the next one. Later. Empress safari.